sake, I need some ammo!
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Umi here, bringing you another Battlefield 3 video, and this time we're playing Rush on Talamarca, and this was an absolutely beast game. When I say beast, I don't mean I got a beast score or anything like that. Beast in the sense that it was really competitive. I mean, really high action, a very immersive game. Like, I was at the end of it, I was like taking a deep breath, and I was like, oh my god, like, you know, I felt like I was in a proper war, so to speak. But what I wanted to talk about today was Aftermath DLC. Is it the best that DICE have released? In my opinion, it is. I mean, it had to be something good for them to make us wait this bloody long to, you know, for a DLC like this to keep people's, to reignite people's interest in the game, so to speak. I mean, how long? It's been a year since this game's been out, and the game's been fantastic no matter what people say. I mean, Close Quarters and Armored Kill for me personally was a disappointment. For people like that transferred over from COD, I'm sure they loved Close Quarters, but and the original, you know, the old timers from Battlefield 2, I'm sure they loved Armored Kill, but there's a new breed of like gamer. I mean, there's a new breed of people in the Battlefield community. It's not as exclusive as it used to be. I mean, it's still more mature than, you know, I mean, it's not mature, but it's more mature than other communities, and I think other FPS communities, if you know what I mean. Even the young lads that play this game, like the fucking 14-15-year-olds that would normally, you know, if you run into a 14-15-year-old in, say, a Call of Duty game, you know they're going to be a little rude and abusive and shit like that. But even, you know, people in this community seem to be more chilled out, basically. I mean, we do have our complainers. It's mostly us commentators that complain, but, you know, there's a new breed of people that don't really want those close quarter type maps, don't really want those big, massive, huge maps, and that like that medium, you know, that Grand Bazaar size, Operation Metro size, and Aftermath size maps. You know, it's got that perfect blend of close quarters to long range shooting to, I mean, it's got something for everybody. I mean, there's tight corridors, like close quarter corridors, there's long ranges of, you know, sights like I'm doing here. Look, I'm aiming all the way down to the end of that corridor, I mean the alleyway, and I mean, I've been waxing lyrical about these maps, and for good reason as well, because what I was saying before the maps got released was I hope that Aftermath reignites my interest in the Battlefield 3 series. I mean, it kind of got stale for me you know, before Aftermath came out. It was kind of like the same old thing, especially from a video perspective. Say for example, I mean, that's why I started playing a lot of other games. I started buying a lot of other games. I started playing them, even though I didn't post them. My channel's mainly about Battlefield 3, and I didn't want to go back to Call of Duty or anything like that. I mean, I contemplated buying Black Ops 2, but in the end, and I'm glad I didn't, because it seems to have the same problems as the previous Call of Duty games have had. But like I was saying, I hoped it reignite. If you listen to my commentaries before Aftermath came out, leading up to Aftermath, I was like, I hope it really does reignite my interest in the game. And in my opinion, like, it is the best DLC they have released. I mean, I don't know what took them a bloody year to release this DLC. I mean, okay, Close Quarters and Armored Kill was kind of like an experiment, in my opinion, in their eyes. Like, alright, we're gonna release this DLC, and we're gonna see what they like. So for the next for Battlefield 4, we know what types of maps people like, and we can cater to the vast majority of the community and the people that play this game. And in my opinion, most of the people that play this game like these style of maps, like, you know, like Grand Bazaar size, not nothing too big, not nothing too small. Like Close Quarters was just a clusterfuck. This is, people would say it's a clusterfuck. I mean, anything higher than 40 players, I would say, is a bit of a clusterfuck. But then again, any map is a bit of a cluster. And I've said clusterfuck like 10 times in the last 10 seconds. But any map on with 64 players, except for the armored kill maps, would be really hectic. I mean, this is 32 players, 16v16. And why it seems a bit more hectic than it would normally be is because it's rush and the action is concentrated on, you know, 2 points of the map or 1 point of the map when the MCOM gets taken out. So it seems more high action. That's why I like playing rush over conquest. It is because it's high action. I mean, everyone knows where everyone. Not necessarily everyone knows where everyone is, but you have a general idea of where people are coming from, and I don't like to have that randomness that conquest has. But saying that, I have actually, like, people know me, I don't like playing conquest at all. I've actually started playing conquest on these maps as well. You know what I mean? It's every single game mode seems to just work on this map, on these maps. I tried getting off this wall, but I couldn't bolt it, but for some reason, but got shot in the ass. But anyway, like I was saying, I wanted your lot's opinions as well. Is this the best DLC you've had so far? And does Endgame have to be absolutely bloody epic for it to be coming out in March of next year, more than nearly a year and 6 months after the game has been released? Normally games get the DLC out of the way within the first year, but then again, we are getting quite a lot of, you know, map packs. We're getting what, Back to Kraken, Close Quarters, Armed Kill, Aftermath, and Endgame, which is 5 DLCs and a whole shitload of vehicles and guns and extras added onto that. Transitioning into extras as well, a lot of people had their doubts about the crossbow in this game, and if you didn't know, get an M320, shoot that little statue thing down, and it falls. It's kind of funny, it kind of falls a bit too fast, like it's like it's got extra gravity than everything else. But I was seeing if I could kill someone with it. Hopefully I'm gonna try getting a kill with that one day. A lot of people don't know that, but you can do it. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, no, what was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, the crossbow, sorry. A lot of people had their doubts about it, but in my opinion, they've done an absolutely fantastic job. You know, even though they've had their balancing issues in the past DICE, they've done a great job with the crossbow and not making it too overpowered. I mean, I know it's a one-shot kill, waist and above, from like 20 meters, but the drop off on the, like, anything past 20 meters for you to get a headshot, it is really difficult, especially on a moving target. On a stationary target, okay. On a stationary target, people like campers, people that camp in the corners, right? They're gonna think the crossbow is overpowered because you can line up the easy headshot, shoot them, right? People that are moving, all they're gonna hear is a, you know that swish sound, like whoosh, that goes past your head. That's all they're gonna hear. They're not gonna get hit by it. I mean, if they do get hit by it, I doubt it'll be a headshot as well. I mean, it is kind of like a skill shot. I mean, you do actually need some sort of aim and some, you know, calculations of how much it's gonna drop off. So it's not as OP as people thought it was at the beginning, and you know, DICE didn't make it OP at all. I mean, it does take like 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds to reload anyway, so it's not a viable. It's not a viable thing to run around with as a primary, if you know what I mean. But in my opinion, if you can, you know, master the crossbow with all the different bolts on these maps, especially in Rush. Say for example, you're coming up an MCOM and there's a Phoenix, or you know, that little van, you know, protecting the MCOM, or you're defending and the attackers have got one of those Phoenix and all them little vans. An explosive bolt will do damage, quite a lot of damage to those 2 vehicles, not to the tanks or anything like that, but to those particular vehicles it will do enough damage for that vehicle to be like, whoa, let's back up a little bit. And then you can use the scanner bolt to shoot into the MCOM area, see where the enemies are, pick them off a little bit, move up, and then you see a sniper long ranging, switch to your long range bolt. I mean, it does take a while to do, but if you can master it and stay in cover, then you can be really deadly with that with the crossbow. And this is the last set of MCOMs, and I just went, you know, hip. I was like, fuck aiming, let's go hip fire. But like I was saying, I really do want to know your lots of opinions. I wanted to get someone in on this commentary with me, but no one wanted to like do a dual com or anything. I wanted to do kind of like a round table thing, but ended up speaking to myself. But I wanted to get other people's opinions. I want to get your guys' opinions as well. How much fun are you lot having on these maps? Are you having as much fun as me? And what do you expect from endgame? Because endgame is gonna have to be, in my opinion, really epic for it to compete. Not for it to compete with this, but for it to come so late. I know there's gonna be motorbikes and stuff, which will be fun. But for it to compete with, you know, not compete. Why do I keep saying compete? For it to come out so late, and you know, so late into the cycle of games, into the cycle of the Battlefield 3 game, it has to be something really epic, and I hope it is. And it's going to come out around the same time as GTA 5 comes out as well, so that'll be interesting. We'll see if, which I highly doubt people, if it comes out in the same week set, for example, I highly doubt people will be playing that DLC over GTA 5. I'm pretty sure of that, and I'll be doing a shitload of videos at GTA 5, don't worry about that. But here, this is the last push, is that MCOM there. I mean, as you can see, just if you want to watch this gameplay, just play it back, mute my voice, mute everything, and just play it back and just look at the screen and how immersive this gameplay was. I mean, none of the maps, not even B2K, and I like B2K map packs a lot, back to Kark and their map pack there a lot. Not even that map pack had me so immersed into the gameplay as much as Aftermath has done. And the freshness of the game, like I mentioned before, it's like people with new skins and stuff like that. It's just added such a freshness to the game. I mean, the look of the game as well, like we've not got that same grainy blue tint type of picture that we had in previous map packs, like mostly in the vanilla maps. So I mean, it's just added such a freshness, in my opinion, to like to the game for me. And like I was saying before, if you're not on PC, get on PC and experience these maps. I mean, experience PC over console. I know I sound like an elitist, but I've come from a console background, and once you go PC, I mean, you'll be like me. Like when I actually fully got into PC and like it kind of became my main platform, it's like, why didn't I do this like 5-6 years ago? I mean, it is just that much better. Like seriously, especially for FPS games, for stuff like racing games, unless you've got like playing racing games with a mouse and keyboard is not really, you know, you can do it, but it's not as enjoyable as playing, say, with a controller or even a racing wheel. But this is the end of the game. I was rushing in, I was making sure they don't get the MCOM. I was shooting anything that moves. You can see I'm just shooting anything that moves, but we managed to pull out the win. I do top the leaderboard on my team, but it was a really good game, and I hope you all enjoyed it. But anyway, like saying, let me know what you guys think of the Aftermath DLC in the comments below, and look out for another video maybe this Sunday. Yeah, I'll upload a video on Sunday. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to give it a rating if you haven't done so already. My name's Umi, and I'm out of here. Peace.